New York, New York, cause I'm ready to be. I don't know how much of this song I'm doing, and people are staring because I'm singing to a camera on the street, but I don't care. I am too full of the joy of being back where Aeron James
in New York.
New York. We are here in New York for 2 weeks, seeing all the shows, reviewing all the things, doing a lot of other exciting things, some collaborations, some very exciting stuff to show you over the next 2 weeks.
We're opposite the Google building, which is quite fun because YouTube.
We're opposite Google.
YouTube sign.
Thank you, Google and YouTube. Love to you, always. Best friends. Welcome back to my theatre YouTube channel. If you are just joining us for this exciting New York vlog, we're going to spend 2 weeks in multiple installments because there's going to be a lot of footage taking you around New York City, seeing probably around 20 Broadway shows, all the food, all the cookies, many of our friends, lots of exciting things. There's lots of opening nights happening over the next 2 weeks because the Broadway season is coming to an end. The Tony Awards nominations are going to be announced in a few weeks, so it's a really exciting time to be here. We got in yesterday. I didn't show you the flight this time because it's another BA flight. You've seen the last. You can go watch previous vlogs if you want to know more about flying to New York. One thing we did do, because Sunday was the Olivier Awards and Monday we were flying to New York, is we flew at a slightly later time of the day.
Yeah, we flew at like 2:40, but we didn't take off until like 20 minutes. But we left a bit later than that.
We did leave a bit later, but I enjoyed that. Sorry, I'm going to step into the shade now that we've shown you Manhattan. I enjoyed that. I thought that was a really good time to fly, and on a Monday, so you don't have to we didn't want to see a show that evening.
No, we just went for pizza and ice cream.
Yeah, went to go chill in Brooklyn, got pizza, got ice cream, dealt with the jet lag and just relaxed. And so today, it's a very full day. It's a very exciting day with some things that were planned and some things that have just come together. It's a day full of activity, and we decided what was a great way to start after working this morning. You were doing some work. I was writing a script for an upcoming video. I was filming a quick little first draft of a brand deal collaboration reel and just lots of emails. But then we needed lunch, so we have come to Chelsea Market, which is behind us, which we've been to before. We're going to go find some lunch foods. Then we're going to walk up the High Line, which we've shown you before. But it's a great way of just enjoying. The weather's lovely. That's something to highlight. This is the nicest weather we've ever known in New York because we've never really come in spring before.
London, Birmingham, I know you both consider getting a High Line. Get one.
Aaron loves a High Line. I just said we hadn't come in spring. Our first trip was kind of springy, but it wasn't this warm.
It was warm, but it wasn't this warm.
It was not this warm. So going to walk the High Line, and we're going to take you with us. Yeah. So come join us for 2 weeks in New York, but first of all, to go get lunch at Chelsea Market. Here it is, Chelsea Market. We're going inside. I'm holding the door for people with my foot, and these are all of the different food places that are here. It's a whole combination of different eateries, which is exciting. You can actually see some of the history of the original building here, which I'm looking at. This looks like it used to be a biscuit factory, basically, here at Chelsea Market, and you can see some drawings here of what it originally was, and you can see those features in the building. It's very rustic, very hipstery, very repurposed, and now it's a great place to come and eat. Particularly great because it gives you the opportunity, if you're with someone and you want to get something different, or if you're with a group and you want to get a bunch of different things, you can all go to different places and go grab different things. Last time, I went here. I got something. Did I get currywurst?
Yes.
I got currywurst last time. We can't remember what Aaron got, but was it Amy bread?
No.
I think we got something from Amy bread.
From there.
Maybe I got cake.
I think you did.
I think I did. Much browsing later, we think we're going to get black seed bagels, which we normally get at the bottom of Rockefeller Plaza, which we love. Or you always get. I haven't had one in a while.
I always get it. It's always my great breakfast,
because they have gluten-free bagels. As a reminder, if anyone's new, the food that Aaron is getting is gluten-free, but not as an allergy. So it's not necessarily celiac approved when we talk about gluten-free provisions in food stuff. It's just non-wheat containing is what we try and aim for, which New York is pretty good for. I'd go as far as to say it's better than London, actually. I'm looking looking. They have a lot of bagel options. Bagels, of course, quintessential New York food. I'm looking at that pizza bagel over there. That's like a smaller lunch because we're going to get more stuff afterwards. Oh, there is a hot honey ham though. Hot honey ham. That looks good. I'm all into hot honey at the moment. Bagel update. I found a seat in the corner. Bagel update. We've been waiting like half an hour and we checked and they're pretty sure that someone else accidentally took our bagels, so they're making us new bagels. And like, you know, I was warned about crime on the mean streets of New York. I did not. You just never think it's going to happen to you. You never think it's going to be like day one bagel theft. But fear not, tiny people in my camera, call off the search party. We have our bagels. Aaron's got a lovely, is that a tuna melt on a gluten-free bagel? It is, he's nodding at me, very nice. And I have pizza bagels, pepperoni pizza bagels on a plane. But not only that, the lovely people gave us $5 off our next visit. How nice is that? And we will be getting bagels again because we're here for 2 weeks and we love them. Not only is it a New York staple, but they're really good. Pizza bagel review time. Listen, I'm a critic. This is what I came to this city to do. Oh, it's hot. Oh, there's a lot of cheese. Pizza bagel. It's a good time. The cheese is amazing. The pepperoni is lovely. I'm very happy with this. And even for this being like one of the cheapest things on the menu, so I figured it would be smaller, this is still like a decent lunch because portion sizes in New York are significant. I have a lot of time for these fish statues. I don't really know what story they're telling, but look at the little one got a ukulele. I just think they're fun. And so here we are on the High Line, walking up the High Line, which is one of our favourite, like,
I love the High Line.
Yeah, Manhattan walking activities.
Yeah, it's like one of the best free activities in New York.
Yeah, we've talked about this before, but the High Line is a raised walkway stretching up the west side of Manhattan between like downtown and Midtown Manhattan, up as far as Hudson Yards, which we'll show you in a moment. But it was created because this used to be an elevated train railway through the meatpacking district. We learned about that on the Circle Line cruise from one of the fantastic tour guides. And yeah, it was disused and now it's been converted to a raised garden area. There's greenery. It enables you to... It's still a bit of a detour for us because we'd have otherwise probably just hopped on the subway. But it allows you to walk up without having to stop at every single crossroads in the grid system. And as well as nice greenery and remnants of the railway, they also have interesting art installations like the fish that we just saw. And I will show you fun views, because as you get through the grid system, it gives you these amazing views down the streets and the avenues. And this is one of those views I was telling you about. We are looking down, I think that might say 23rd Street, that street sign down there. You can see all the way across, can't quite make out the East River, but you can see across to where Manhattan ends, basically, from one side to another because of this grid system. And you have to stand in the perfect spot here on the High Line, right here, to see all the way down. Aeron James loves the High Line.
I do.
And wants them to add High Lines to London. What is it you like so much about the High Line, Aeron James?
What I love is that it's basically a park in the sky, but like it helps you get from one place to the other quite quickly because you don't have to deal with like traffic and crossing roads, and it gives you really cool views. Kind of does everything at once that you want, which is like a stroll that gets you from place to place, and it's like a, I don't know, a bit therapeutic.
Can we discuss this that we're passing as well? And this is one of the art installations I was telling you about. I'm not sure I get all of them. I can appreciate the artistry that goes into it. I'm seeing dog heads and human heads and a lot of silver. It's a little traumatizing. I shan't lie. Speaking of the Manhattan skyline, that building on the left there, the pointy one, is The Edge, one of Manhattan's various viewing platforms, with a little area up at the top there. You can't quite see it, but it pokes out over the edge, hence the name. It's also got a clear floor, so you can see right down below you. Not for those of the faint of heart, certainly not for those with a fear of heights that they're not looking to combat. But if you want to see what it's like, we did go during our October trip, the evening that we saw Stephen Sondheim's last ever musical, Here We Are, off Broadway at the Shed, because they are right next to each other, which I'll show you in a moment. So at the end of the High Line, you arrive at Hudson Yards, and the Shed, the off-Broadway space, the Shed where we saw the Sondheim musical Here We Are, can be found in this building. We want to go take a left down that way, or I think you can get in on the opposite side. You also have this iconic piece here. There are people on it. It's closed to the public. Used to be open and since been closed to the public, but there are people on it. I wonder what that's about. Oh, I wonder if we go closer if we can see ourselves in the reflective surfaces. There we are. There we are. And there you are, tiny people in my camera. Wave to yourselves. Am I filming the right people? Yes. Yes. Good. So we are heading next up into Midtown Manhattan to go where?
Drama bookshop.
Drama bookshop, because Aaron would like a caffeinated beverage, and we like to support the drama bookshop with our custom. We've said that this trip we want to get some of the drama bookshop merch, because we're cool like that.
Because I've nearly bought it every single time and then didn't get it.
I'd love to wear drama bookshop merch. It makes me feel like, oh yeah, I'm wearing drama bookshop merch. Like if you see someone wearing drama bookshop merch somewhere worldwide, like outside of Manhattan, you know that that's a cool theatre person in the know. You may be shocked that, you know, when we get to Midtown Manhattan, which we haven't arrived at just yet, maybe we're there now, that our first stop is not Schmackery's. Don't worry, we're going there immediately afterwards. So that will be our second stop in Midtown Manhattan for some cookie goodness. I'm excited. Didn't win today. Didn't win today. We have entered the Sweeney Todd lottery for tomorrow matinee, but we didn't win, which is fine. It just means I'll be in a rush line tomorrow instead, which is also fun. It's just fun very early in the morning. But our lack of success with the lotteries notwithstanding, we have made it to the Drama Bookshop, which you can find on 39th and 8th, which refers to its location in the grid system here in New York, if you're wondering why I'm saying numbers. We haven't seen The Outsiders yet, but The Outsiders, which just very recently opened on Broadway, as did almost everything else in this very crowded spring season, is currently doing a partnership with the Drama Bookshop. So let's find out what kind of coffee they have for Aaron. So as well as some very nice sweet treats, there are a couple of show partnerships. There is a Lampico espresso going on over here, and then here next to copies of The Outsiders we also have the Stay Gold honey iced tea, which does sound very nice. As the name suggests, they don't just sell coffee, they also sell drama books, aka lots of published plays and biographies and non-fiction books, all sorts. Any kind of a theatre adjacent book, you can probably find it in Drama Bookshop, and we love to support a theatre dedicated business because theatre is a niche interest, and so they need us to support them. We're heading now to Schmackery's to go get cookies, so we might see some Broadway theatres on the way. We're walking past the New York Times building. Everybody, should we tell them how good we are at Wordle? We're very good. Come and meet those dancing feet. I'm crossing 42nd Street, which has, the dancing feet it refers to are not literally dancing. It's like a lot of people walking around, which can confirm. And we have arrived on my favourite street in the entire world, I think.
45th.
45th.
See, I double between 45th and 44th.
I love 45th. 45th has the booth and I think we decided 45th may have the most theatres on one street in the world, is my thinking. But it also has Schmackery's. and it's just good vibes. And here is Schmackery's. It is Schmackery's, home of the musical theatre themed cookie, and they are lip schmacking good. If you think it looks a little bit different to one of our previous vlogs, and you can bet we've been here every single time we come to New York, it's because all of the scaffolding has come down that was all up above here. It was called an urban umbrella, and it was very useful for keeping out of the rain, but now the weather is nice. I don't actually know if that's a seasonal thing that goes up every year, or if it's just been there for a year since our last visit and it's only just finished, or whatever that was all about, but in any case, it is now just nice and open. We're going to go inside and get some cookies. Thank you, my love. So we are sat here outside of Schmackery's. I just got a cream soda, which is hopefully very nice. Oh, this is Aaron's drama bookshop coffee for Lempicka. There's Eden Espinosa on a cup. Aaron got the corn cookie. How's it taste?
It's always fun. It basically is, it was called a Shucks cookie at one point, and then an Oklahoma cookie at one point. It was so good.
Indeed, and I, swayed by the advertising and the fact that it is currently the only theatre-themed cookie on the menu, got the shining, shimmering funfetti cookie. Can I extract it with one hand? As we hear the sound of Manhattan behind us, which is traffic noises. There it is. Look at that. Is that worth 3 wishes or what? This is to celebrate Aladdin's 10th anniversary on Broadway. Oh my god, hey! We found Kate Ranking!
Yeah, we did!
Yeah, slow zoom. Slow zoom.
Zoom in!
The cinematography. We have come to Schubert Alley because it's not on fire, because we came here before and there were several fire engines
Everywhere.
but the booth theatre is not in flames, which is good because Kimberly Akimbo only has 2 more weeks at the booth. Only 2 more weeks. This is now our 4th visit in New York, and we've never been here and it not be Kimberly Akimbo. So
this will be the final time.
I'm not ready. It's sad enough that Chuck is gone. Yeah. But we're walking around because Broadway looks very different right now, and I was saying this is the first time I've been on that one, 45th, and there wasn't a single dark theatre.
Yeah.
Because it's April, it's prime time. In fact, there's very few dark theatres on Broadway that aren't being renovated, because the Majestic is being renovated, the Palace is like finishing renovations, the Lyceum, obviously my son's a queer, fell through and nothing's picked it up, but otherwise, and the St. James is about to have Illinois, but yeah, otherwise it's a busy old time. It's a busy time.
I love it. My favorite time of the year.
I'm losing my mind. Look at this Aladdin one. That is not a changing video screen. It changes depending on where you are. There are multiple. Look at that. A whole new world. Into all 3 of them. Is it going to change again? Yes. Yes, giving you a friend like me, giving you actual Disney magic. That is some Disney marketing at play right there. Look at that. On the subject of Aladdin, obviously Schmackery's are doing the cookie and they've just celebrated 10 years on Broadway. The internet has speculated about whether it's winding down for a new show at the New Amsterdam, but seeing holographic posters and a big old lamp,
And taking over
It's doing well
Times
still.
Square Disney.
would you buy a new lighting feature and then sell your house? I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would, unless it's like, well, in that example it would add to the property value, but that does not make sense on Broadway. Like, no one's buying a lamp before they close. Come on now. Here we are for our next event. I have been to CVS, I have bought antihistamines, and now I'm going to have cocktails. I haven't taken the antihistamines, it's fine. We're here at Sir Henry's. We're going to go inside and show you what it's like. This iconic little number is called the St. Texas, which is a rum punch situation in a disco ball tumbler with a cowgirl hat, with a straw. You've had cocktails in disco balls, but have you had cocktails in disco balls wearing accessories? No, you have not. And you can see a wider selection of beverages here for this little event that we are at. They have espresso martinis, they have margaritas, they have wines, they have beers, and this is part of AKA's Arts and Cider initiative. And we also have this little special menu of cocktails they'll be doing for the Heart of Rock and Roll, about to open on Broadway at the James Earl Jones Theatre. We have The Loop, which is tequila, orange liqueur, cucumber, mint, and jalapeno. Hip to be sipped. That's a hip to be square reference, if ever I saw one, and I know nothing about music that's not from Broadway shows, which is a ginger mojito mocktail. That's cute, and you get 10% off your entire check with same-day tickets. So if you're seeing The Heart of Rock and Roll on Broadway, you know where to come to get 10% off your entire check. Maybe that's where we'll come when we go see the show. Okay, this is The Loop. This is the Heart of Rock and Roll themed cocktail. Ooh, this is the kind of drink I like as a second or third drink after I've already had a drink, because it's stronger than I would normally have, but it's nice. Okie dokie, so that was Sir Henry's cocktail bar on 8th Avenue, literally like right next to Hadestown, but also like not far from any Broadway theatre because everything's close together, and 10% off of your entire check with same-day tickets to Heart of Rock and Roll. So I give you a show and a cocktail bar recommendation wrapped up in one. We are now heading down to the Schoenfeld Theatre. If it looks like we're moving quickly, it's because we are. Look at my hair flapping around in the breeze, because we have like 15-20 minutes until curtain. In fact, curtain is usually 5 minutes after they say. But I want to show you the merch, and I want to buy some merch, and I want to show you the theatre, and I want to see the theatre because I haven't been there before. We want to get a playbill, and we want to take photos.
First time.
Yeah. So, and I got to pick up tickets. So all of that needs to happen. So we're heading down to the Schoenfeld for The Notebook, our first show of this trip, and we're taking you with us. You know how I was saying earlier how great it is that this is like the street with the most theatres on? I don't know where the stereophonic queue ends, where the Outsiders queue begins, where the Notebook queue ends, where the Kimberly Akimbo queue begins. I am walking in the road. There are 100,000 people here who are all seeing a Broadway show. It's 7:15, 7:10, and this is kind of great, but it's also kind of chaos. Suffs is also here. Water for Elephants is also here. Okay, that's Outsiders, and they're queuing back up. They're queuing past the Notebook. I don't know how this works. Here it is, the Schoenfeld Theatre and The Notebook. Based on the book that the film is based on, not based on the film specifically. I've neither read the book nor seen the film, so who knows what's in store for me today. Okie dokie, you can find this merchandise downstairs. We have a lovely pullover here for $70 that says, "If this is love," in a nice cursive font. Same on the tote bag that says, "I will carry you home." We have a Notebook, the musical logo t-shirt, the iconic tissue box, as well as a Leave the Light On candle. We have the show poster there. We have a very nice cap. We're getting a selection of things just there. We have a little necklace collaboration down there if you're looking for something very lovely and a little bit fancy. We have this nice handkerchief that's embroidered. We have key rings. You can see the tissue box there in action. I mean, that's genius merchandising, isn't it? We have mugs. We have an Ali and Noah t-shirt. And we have a zipped hoodie. I love that it's zipped with that beautiful watercolor design on the background there in rainbows. And also, I think I missed the magnet, the enamel pin badge, and a little friendship bracelet. Look at that. And it is warm in the Schoenfeld Theatre, so we've gone to get a drink from the bar, which I've already bought, but I'm going to tell you about the choices. We have Ali's choice, which is peach vodka and ginger beer and peach snaps, or a sweetheart spritz, which is rosé wine and club soda and triple sec and lime juice, or we have Noah's Cola, which is bourbon, cola, and grenadine. We went for the top one, for a nice peach vodka moment, which I will drink and tell you more about. You can find that bar at the back of the orchestra here, just behind the sound desk, and there's another one downstairs where they sell the merchandise. And we are in our seats. PSA, listen to the ushers when they tell you which aisle, because I forgot and then I picked the wrong one. But we have our programs, again with that beautiful rainbow watercolor design that I just love, that has inspired the jacket I'm wearing this evening. And this is our view of the stage. We are in the orchestra, which is what the Americans call the stalls. We are in E111 and 112. And I'm very intrigued by this set design. I'm seeing lighting up above that's a little bit more abstract, and then seeing, I guess it's giving the idea of falling rain, which is the whole iconic visual from the film. Again, haven't seen the film, but that's what I know of it. And then I'm seeing a room that is obscured. Is this going to fly out? Is that going to go up? Perhaps. We shall see. Are you excited for our first show of this trip, Aaron James?
I'm very excited. This was like at the top of my most excited list.
I'm very excited for this one, and I've just remembered from seeing your playbill, Andrea Burns is in this. I forgot. So now I'm very excited.
I'm very excited.
And I think it's going to start any minute now.
Yeah, bye.
Participating in Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS. We are proud to say that a portion of the money raised here tonight will also be shared with the Alzheimer's Association. Which provides local families with all levels of dementia care. So if our story has inspired you to help, you can do so here ASAP.
As soon as possible. If you're feeling especially generous today, with your donation you could receive a playbill or a poster of $3 and $100 respectively, signed by us, the original Broadway company of The Notebook.
Thank you. So on your way out, you'll see a cast member and volunteers holding the red buckets. At The Notebook, we believe in love. So show Broadway Cares some love. No donation is too small. Everything makes a huge difference. And we take cash, credit cards. You can even tap to pay.
That's where you take your credit card and you...
Thank you so much for coming to The Notebook.
Oh my gosh.
Emotional.
Oh my gosh. Very emotional. Very emotional. I'm not sobbing with tears because I'm not a big crier at like strikingly sad stuff. I cry like moved by like happy sad more often than not, but it got me. It did get me. I did cry at the end because I'm not a monster. What I am is profoundly moved. Of course you will have to wait for the full review unless it came out before this, in which case then you already know what I thought. But otherwise, stay tuned. One other thing I will say to you for your theatre going experience, if you're coming to see The Notebook and you want to stage door afterwards to meet the cast, I'm currently weighing whether or not I actually have the emotional capacity to do so because that was emotionally wounding, I will say. Beautiful performances. Then the way you will find that stage door is, that is the theatre, and on just the right hand side of the marquee they will set up a stage door area with a barricade and you can queue there. All you need is your playbill. Usually the actors, if they want to sign, will have a Sharpie pen, but you can also bring your own Sharpie pen if you fancy being really prepared, and they're very good about stage doors here. The stage door staff will let you know when everyone has gone and when that is the end, and then you leave. And it's that simple, people. So we've headed back to Schubert Alley, which is the little walkway that connects 45th and 44th Street, and is home to Junior's restaurant, home of the world famous Junior's cheesecake, which also has takeaway locations on either side, yes. Junior's Bakery. So I am going to do what I often do here in New York and buy a signature New York black and white cookie, which will be my breakfast in the morning, and I will thank myself in the morning. Are you going to get anything?
No, because I'd have to eat it now.
That's true, because we're about to go meet our friends who just saw Patriots at the Barrymore Theatre, which we're not seeing on this trip because we saw it in London.
Yeah, we saw
at the Noel Coward
doing its West End.
Yeah. And then we're going to go meet them, and then unbelievably head to the next event. This is a back-to-back day, people, and it doesn't end with Broadway. It goes on. That's the Time Traveler's Wife, not the Notebook, but the vibes are the same. I'm going to buy a cookie now. I got it. Black and white cookie, so named for the icing. I don't know the history. I don't know the etymology of the black and white cookie. I know it's a New York thing that we were introduced to when we were gifted them at the meetup of our first trip. Yeah. And now we love them. Black and white cookie. It's kind of cookie, it's kind of cake, but it is very sweet and it's delicious. We've come downtown to like 16th Street. We are back at Chelsea Market. That is literally where I was standing this morning when I started this video. We're going to walk right past the spot. This is hilarious. New York! Literally back in the spot where we started. I did not know this morning when I got invited to this event that it was good that this is where it was. I did not put 2 and 7 together and make 9. But in fact, I should tell you what we're going to. We are on our way to a celebration of the 5th anniversary of Hadestown on Broadway. Hadestown may have just opened in the West End at the Lyric Theatre, having previously been at the National. I know that's not the first time we've had it in London, don't at me. But the Broadway production is celebrating its technical 5th anniversary because the world was ending in the middle there. But that's also very Hadestown. So we're going to a party. I think there's going to be performances. I think there's going to be cast. There are Hadestown superfans because they're here with us right now. So yeah, fun vibes, good time. I will show you what I can. Join me in hell.
In the spirit of our show and our anniversary, we're going to do a little series of toasts. Some of them are going to be spoken and some of them are going to be sung. Fun fact, like the main reason that I picked up the guitar in high school is because I wanted to play Ani DeFranco songs. And I was lucky enough to not only meet my hero in a dive bar in Buffalo, New York, but also got to sign up to her record label called Righteous Babe Records. And the second record I made for that label was Hadestown, the studio record, featuring guest singers such as Ani DeFranco in the role of Persephone. And so it's like very meaningful and full circle that Ani's now performing that role on Broadway. Boggles the mind.
The show really is birthed by group singing. And sometimes still I look at videos from when we were at Dartmouth developing this show in 2014 with New York Theatre Workshop. And I have video from at 3 a.m., 4:26 a.m., and it's like you finding the first harmonies in all I've ever known. Everything I do is judged, and mostly I get it wrong. Oh well, 'cause the bathroom mirror has not budged, and the woman who lives there can tell the truth from the stuff that they say, and she looks me in the eye, says, would you prefer the E it's in good ways and heavier ways, like a real season of doubt. And I am singing this song with you and Ani DeFranco, and it's like, oh, but something must be right. And so I really am so delighted to share this particular hootenanny with you all, and thanks for helping keep us alive for 5 years and through a lot of doubt. And a lot of cheers to that. I don't have a glass, but I will sip.
We frankly are in an industry that is often cited for its cynicism, and Hadestown has continued to defy expectations. Proving that art and commerce are not mutually exclusive, that you can be maverick and mainstream, and that you can tell stories that matter while delivering an incredibly entertaining experience.
Enjoy the rest of the night. It's not over. We love you. Thank you.
Oh my god, hey! It is a new day today. It is Tuesday. No, it's not.
It's Wednesday.
I told you lies. I just opened this camera and began actively deceiving you. Why would we be here at 8 a.m. on a Tuesday? That would not make sense. It is Wednesday.
Yes.
And we are here very early. Woke up at 7. After Hadestown party, which was lovely, got to chat to some very nice people, and lovely to celebrate all things Hadestown. Woke up early this morning to head into the city to get into a rush line. So, one of the ways that you can get cheaper tickets for Broadway shows is rush tickets. A small amount are available at a lower price for most shows. Each show has a slightly different policy, and they are available when the box office opens for performances on that day, which is usually from 10 a.m. They open later on a Sunday. And we are trying to rush Sweeney Todd. We're actually at the James L. Jones Theatre, where Heart of Rock and Roll is opening later this week.
That is clever because it's opposite the Hard Rock Hotel.
It is opposite the Hard Rock Hotel. You know, that's good.
I never looked at it.
Heart of Rock and Roll, which I'm told, having not yet seen it, is still beating. That'll make more sense to us at a later date. But we're heading to the Lunt-Fontanne Theatre to go queue. It's 8 a.m. I told you the tickets are available from 10 people queue. That is the whole thing. You don't quite know how many people are going to be there on a day. I like to hedge my bets because obviously we're only in town for a small period. And so we're going 2 hours before the box office opens, but also we've picked the best date we could think of, which is midweek, and we're trying to get the matinee. Most people will be in work, I figure, although if they're queuing between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m, then maybe they don't have work, but that's the plan. Trying to get the matinee for today. Even if we're further back in line, people in front of us might be getting the evening performance, so I think that gives us the best shot, and I wanted to do it sooner because the show is closing in May, and when a show gets closer to its closing, the rush line gets more popular. So that's the plan. I haven't shown you Times Square yet. It's down there. You can see it. You can see the TKTS ticket booth. That's another answer of the question how to get cheaper Broadway tickets, if anyone is curious.
Van Leeuwen ice cream.
Where's it? What?
It's a Van Leeuwen ice cream.
There is a Van Leeuwen ice cream. Oh, we love a Van Leeuwen ice cream. And then up that way, currently being blocked by a big old van, you can just about see trees because that's Central Park, everybody. Now, I really don't mind standing in a rush line. We tried the lottery yesterday to give us like certainty that we would get into the show, but I don't mind standing in a rush line. I've only done it once before on Broadway, which was for Parade on our first trip, second ever Broadway show we saw. I was hoping to get here a little bit earlier. I think if you want to kind of like, unless the show's really popular, or if it's like a closing weekend, I think if you get pre-8 a.m, that puts you in a pretty great position, especially on a day with more than one performance. But I think that's a good time to aim for. And also, any kind of like, people will make plans and be like, right, let's get there for 8. So if you preempt that, like the round number, you will beat all those people. Down to the Luntfontein, because there's no place like London. We are at the theatre. We are in our queue. We are, by my count, 16th. I don't know how many, and I don't know if people are going for matinee or evening. This is a little busier than I'd anticipated, so I'm a little nervous, but we will stick it out for the next hour and 45 minutes. It's 8:15 right now. Box office opens at 10. It does pay to have a backup. That's my other piece of advice. And the Wiz is right there. I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking that could be a good option, as could Stereophonic, which is one street down. It's one street. Yeah. Yes. So maybe that's a backup as well, just because it hasn't opened yet, opening later this week, and it's a play, and Aaron Tveit, Sutton Foster and Joe Locke aren't in it, so I feel like that might be a less popular rush line. But we will see what happens, and I will keep you posted. It is just after 8:30, still 90 minutes until the box office is opening, and there are now 10 people behind me in the rush line. So, seems to be a popular day. Perhaps the imminent closing, perhaps because there's 2 performances today, perhaps everyone else was thinking along the same lines that I was. I think we're still going to be fine, based on what people have been telling me about like ticket availability. And Aaron has just got back with Dunkin'. Oh my gosh, how exciting. Aaron's got is that a Dunkin' cold brew?
Yep. No. It's
No.
a churro. It's a large iced cinnamon vanilla latte, but then it's churro syrup. So basically, it's a churro latte.
Oh my god. How is that not a cold brew?
I think it is a churro latte.
Is that not what a cold brew is? I don't know things about coffee. Oh my god! A pigeon just landed on his head.
I felt it, and I was like, it's just still on my head.
You remained very calm. I
I can feel the balance of it, so I was like, I can feel its natural weight.
I turned to document it. I'm very helpful in a crisis, it seems.
Didn't poop. That was what I was worried about.
I mean, that's like a big positive on the Sweeney Todd hat from the pigeon community. And brave of you to put it back on. I was about to say, what have you brought us, Aaron?
Do you know what I feel like? This is British training. Because, you know when you're at school and the Animal Man comes and you have to deal with like animals being just put on you?
I think this is something that only happened in the Midlands, because no one ever put animals on my head at school.
You're staring. Sorry.
You're having a moment with this pigeon.
Staring at me.
I don't know if that's the same one. It does look a little bit dishevelled. A pigeon would never land on your head in London. That is a ballsy Manhattan pigeon.
No, they'll go right next to your feet though.
That's a Manhattan pigeon right there. What did you bring us, Aaron?
Egg bites.
Egg bites.
Egg
bites for breakfast.
Bites.
There you go. Some nice omelette bites. We're just watching this pigeon. Rush line update. There are 20 people behind us in the rush line. Aaron's holding our spot. That's why I'm walking around. And so officially more behind us than in front of us, which is encouraging. I don't know if some people have left the line, or if again, they're holding spaces for other people who were with them, but that also means presumably they're only buying 2 tickets as a pair of people, so that also helps, because in front of us is looking quieter than when we got here. So I think we're going to be fine. I think we're going to hold strong. There was one person waiting at the Wiz. Over on the 45th, there was a little queue outside of Suffs, outside of the Notebook, outside of the Outsiders. No one at Kimberley Akimbo, which surprises me because it's closing on the 28th. I guess there's still 2 weeks left, but maybe we'll try and rush that before it goes. Maybe we do need one last trip to Kimberley Akimbo. It's 10 a.m. The box office has opened, and we have come inside to an indoor queuing area. It's like Disneyland. 15 people in front of us, 25 plus behind us, and possibly more who came and then left at seeing a 40-person queue. And they have rush seats today starting at $49, but also upgrade seats available at $79. For rush seats, they're at box office discretion, so you don't get to pick where you're sitting. You're just grateful to get the bargain. But a jump up to $79 is not much, and then
you get
better seats
and a little bit of choice, supposedly.
and you get a small element of choice. So maybe we'll go for that, but that implies they have Rush and that, and there's 2 performances today. So not everyone in front of us is necessarily also going matinee. But yeah, feeling good. Also, can we take a moment for the queuing area? This is where I said it felt like Disneyland. That is a reversing school bus. But look at the beautiful chandeliers. It's so classy in here. And then you have screens showing performance information and cast and available ticket prices and this week's show schedule, etc. Okay, I have bad news, which is you're going to have to listen to me talk about Sweeney Todd some more, because we got tickets. We got tickets, and the way he said it at the box office was he said they had multiple Rush options, and they had like $49, $79 and $99, and we did say that like $100 was our price ceiling, which I think is another good thing to do if you're rushing, have a ceiling. So we went for the $79, front mezzanine, row C. Very excited. That's at 1 p.m, so we now have a little bit of time to kill. So with 3 hours to kill until the show, we are heading to Rockefeller Center because we need to pee.
Yeah.
We've just been standing on the street for 2 hours.
I drank a lot of coffee.
Aaron drank an enormous American-sized coffee, and so we need to pee. And the basement of Rockefeller Plaza, which has a lot of little like takeaway places and eateries.
Can we get there quicker by going down there? Because that's Rockefeller Center.
Can we get there quicker by doing that? Yeah, maybe. If we.
There were the doors to get into the American Avenues.
I don't know if you have to.
No, yeah.
Go through a barrier to then. We're thinking of using the subway entrance to go up and then to go down and then come back up in Rockefeller. We can try it. Can confirm you would need to tap into the subway. But
this goes into Rockefeller Center.
Oh, never mind.
No, was correct.
Can't confirm. Lied. Lied to you again. Fine.
Hey, I thought this would be the case because if it says Rockefeller Center on there,
yeah,
I think it's like a humongous station.
Good job. What I was saying before was we're coming here because they have free public toilets in the basement.
And it's also great then if you want food because Right Side Bagels that we showed in Chelsea is also here.
And we have those $5 off cards that they gave us.
I forgot about that. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, they're still in my wallet. But also, New York people, help me out in the comments here. There must be more hacks about like free public toilets in Manhattan, surely. Like obviously I know the ones in London, and I know where you can go, and like which stations, which underground stations, which overground stations. I refuse to believe there aren't more places in Manhattan, because this is essentially the only one we know about unless we're like eating or drinking somewhere. Unless you go to Central Park. So we are now up in Central Park, just kind of walking around. I don't know if you can see the sea lions in the zoo. We haven't actually got into the zoo, but it's open on this side, so you can see into the zoo. And there are sea lions splish splashing around. Oh, I can see it swimming underneath. Oh my gosh. And this is all very lovely. The east side of Central Park. We've only ever done like the middle or the west sides, I think, before. We are en route to William Greenberg Desserts because a friend of ours who came to the meetup, the first one we ever had, got Aaron some gluten-free black and white cookies from there.
Which got me obsessed with black and white cookies, but it's very hard to find them.
Yeah, there's not many places that do a gluten-free variety, and then we couldn't remember where they were from, so there was this whole thing, and we asked.
And then they don't exist in the UK, so now it's like...
Yeah, I've never seen a black and white cookie in the UK. I think there are places that do do American style stuff, but they definitely wouldn't have gluten free. Sure. So we're heading up there, but via a nice walk through the park. It's on like 83rd, so it's a decent way up, and we could have public transported our way up, but we're going to walk up because it's such a lovely day. I'm dressed for Cabaret, so I'm not really vibing visually with the park, but I'm enjoying it nonetheless. And then we're going to public transport back down to the Lac Fontaine, not forgetting that it's a 1 p.m. matinee today. Don't want to be caught out by that earlier start time for Sweeney Toddles. Now look at this! So we've just passed 72nd Street. We're on the east side of Central Park, literally right over, because that's the edge of it there. And there's this lovely lake that we didn't know was here. Central Park, like, it is just vast. For anyone who has not...
Combining all the British parks together.
Yeah, it's like you take all of the parks in London, you put them all together. But consequentially, because it's so big, it has these secrets that keep revealing themselves to us. And there's so many things in the park. Like, there's a theatre in the park, there's a zoo in the park, there's a museum in the park. It is iconic and stunning. Look what else we found. This is the Met, aka the Metropolitan Museum of Art. So much for Saturdays at the Met. Name that musical. The Met Museum is something immense. The Met's the only place in New York City where the traffic patterns don't make sense. That is from Ordinary Days, Adam Gwon's Ordinary Days. And they've got a nice water feature, not unlike The Notebook, which we saw yesterday. The theme of the last 24 hours is water. Not in the sky because the weather's lovely, but just about everywhere else. We found it. We found William Greenberg desserts. And this is their gluten-free section, all separately packaged. Look at that! Including black and white cookies for Aaron. How is the black and white gluten-free cookie?
So good. Like, this is actually heaven for a gluten-free milk.
Heaven. Ooh.
I got wet.
Water in the breeze. Ah! There's more. There's more. Did you get splashed on at The Notebook?
No.
I don't think we were really far forwards enough. But when it started coming down, she was rainy. I think the people in the front row definitely got splish
My
splashed.
friend said he was in the front row
yeah.
before and got...
Yeah.
But I should tell them to splash these.
They should, and they should sell The Notebook ponchos. They should also do umbrellas, really. I mean, the tissue boxes are genius merchandise enough. Speaking of merchandise, we think there's some new stuff at Sweeney Todd. I'm forever haunted by the fact I didn't buy the pullover when we first went, and I knew, even then, that I would want it, and that I had made the wrong decision in getting the zipped hoodie. I like the zipped hoodie, but
We have one.
Yeah, we do. We both have zipped hoodies from Sweeney Todd now. I'm more of a pullover person.
Me too.
But the hoodie was black and the pullover was white, and I wasn't sure about that at the time. I guess my old friend's one I got from Merrily is similar enough, but I will be keeping an eye out today for new merch. And it's all very like last chance because the show's closing on May 5th, which I do think has something to do with the length of that rush line this morning, because it's only 3 more weeks. 3 more weeks of Sweeney Todd at the Lunt Fontaine. And we're going to walk there now. The show's in an hour and a half. I initially said we were going to get public transport back down, but it's only 20 minutes quicker. It will still take us like 25 minutes to get the subway back down. And I don't believe the house opens much before half an hour before the show, which is a thing on Broadway sometimes, because for them to open the buildings, they have to open everything because they don't have enough foyer space to let people in and not let them into the auditorium yet, which is something that happens in London because we have more foyer lobby space. So we're going to walk back down through Central Park instead, which is always nice. This is one of the most striking spots in Central Park, one of the most iconic spots. The Bethesda Fountain, as seen in Angels in America. People are out boating on the lake. Aaron, should we get boats? Should we do some lake boating?
I feel like you'd want me to just paddle and you just sit.
Yes, I assumed you understand. I would like my kiss the girl moment. Jumped into a Starbucks quickly so we could get some frozen mango dragon fruit lemonade, which I am intrigued about. I'm going to show you Aaron's while I drink mine. Ooh, it's nice. It's nice, it's flavorful. I like that. Walking through Times Square, we both downed those drinks in the last 10 minutes. I have like almost brain freeze and Aaron needs to pee. And I may have given myself hiccups. I can't tell, it's on the precipice. But we are approaching the Lunt Fontaine. I'm seeing Times Square, you're not really. Let me turn you around, this doesn't feel fair. That's Times Square, everybody. In all of its capitalist glory. I'll try not to film King Kong, the Transformer, Spider-Man, or the headless Disney mice too closely, otherwise they're going to ask me for money. And here she is. It's Fleet Street via 46th Street. It is Sweeney Todd at the Lunt-Fontanne Theatre. Final Broadway performance on May 5th. We first saw this show just over a year ago when it opened in March 2024, and we're back to see, there they are, the new leading stars, Aaron Tveit and Sutton Foster. Lol. We walked down 7th Avenue from Central Park because the Lunt-Fontanne is closer to 7th, but this line is so long, it's actually closer to 8th, but it's all good. Half an hour before curtain, we're all going to get to go inside. I want to have a look at some of the new merchandise. I might show you the drinks. I just had a Starbucks and I'm not feeling the need for a cocktail, so probably won't get one. And I'll show you what the view looks like from the balcony, because last time, or the mezzanine I should say, because last time we were in the orchestra, so never been in the mezzanine of the Lunt-Fontanne before. And in fact, we do orchestra a lot more often than we do mezzanine, because that's where we tend to end up when we're on press tickets, which is more often than not. So yeah, oh, there's people handing out things for the Museum of Broadway, which we love. Okay, you can find this little merchandise kiosk at the back of the orchestra. What do we have here? We have mugs, we have multiple different little, I don't know if there's stickers or magnets or what's going on. We have the cast recording with the opening cast of this revival. We have this Pirelli's Miracle Elixir water bottle. Oh, that's definitely magnets down there. That's an enamel pin, that's a key ring. Round here we can also see that is a new bag design. The previous one was more of a canvas. We also have the play script. We have that cute little like toiletries bag. Sweeney Todd's Tonsorial Parlour. Oh, I might get that. That's really good themed merchandise. I like that. That's new. We have t-shirt designs. Don't be fooled. That is the back of that t-shirt. Those are the same t-shirt. Note that. In burgundy with various little themes from the show, with razors and bird cages and baking implements and a slice of pie. We have some more things. We have the poster of the new cast, and again that opening cast recording, but that one is on vinyl. Coming around here to show you the rest, you can just about make out a tea towel there with those same prints on, and the same print on a pair of socks. Maybe I'll have to get those because I do love the colour. This is the much discussed zipped hoodie. The pullover has been discontinued. Sadness and despair. Again, this is the same t-shirt design showing you the front and the back. Why is it the back of these t-shirts, which is that one, is always better than the front? I have questions. And this is iconic. $125. You can't really see it very well in this light. There you go. It's an apron, but it's like a really nice material, very professionally made, lovely looking Sweeney Todd apron, and the logo just on it down there. This bar can be found just to the side of that merchandise kiosk, and we do have multiple specialty cocktails. We have a Little Priest, The Bloody Judge, City on Fire, A Close Shave, and Sweet Revenge. And then some premium cocktails over there. We have Pirelli's Miracle Elixir and the Knock 3 Times. Mocktails are also available, and I'm just going to get close enough that you can read the ingredients of those. There you go. The restrooms, if you're curious, are in a downstairs area at the back left of the orchestra. And there's also another bar down there as well. Okay, this is a surprise. So this is up as you go up to the mezzanine level. There's this whole other room that has another merch desk and a photo point. Let's take some photos. And there are also restrooms up here. Did we need to go down to the basement? No, we did not. And lovely theatrical murals. We're going to go find our seats, but this has been a revelation. Also, I got socks for my increasing theatrical sock collection. Thrilled about this. And this is our view from mezzanine row C, seats 108, and I am in 109. Look at all that steam. I was hoping we'd be able to see all of the back wall and all of the proscenium and the height of this massive stage, which we can. This is a pretty fantastic view, actually, I will say, and it doesn't feel far from the stage, which is something else you can sometimes worry about with a mezzanine or a circle rather than orchestra or stalls. So happy about this. We are third row. We got our playbills. Aaron taking the all-important playbill photo there. Now in our playbills we also got given this information about this performance's cast, and we do have Aaron Tveit, Sutton Foster, Daniel Yearwood and Joe Locke, as well as Ruthie Ann Miles, Maria Bilbao, Jamie Jackson, John Rapson, Nicholas Christopher, Kevin Quillen, Patricia Phillips, Stephen Tewksbury and the ensemble. And at this performance, Tug Watson also joins the cast. Look at that blue set. And so we leave the establishment known as Sweeney Todd's Tonsorial Parlour on Fleet Street at the Lindfontein Theatre, which is how they talk in the show. And we're going to go and find some friends and chill for a very long time before our evening show. Because this was 1 p.m, which is an early matinee, and our evening show is an 8 p.m. And given that we're British people who are used to a 2:30 and a 7:30, this gives us much more of a pre-show gap than we would be used to. Back through this lovely space on the mezzanine level. Can recommend, there's only a few weeks left and I didn't even know when you're seeing this video, but can recommend the front of the mezzanine for Sweeney Todd in particular. Everything that was played on that bridge level, if you've seen this production of the show, that I wasn't a huge fan of from the orchestra, makes more sense from the mezzanine, or plays better from the mezzanine. I think they were probably some of the best seats in the house for this particular production, but in general pretty good for anything you're seeing at the Lindfontein. And for your stage door guidance as you leave, you turn to your right and the stage door is over there. And also it's raining, so people aren't really dispersing because everyone wants to stay under shelter. We did not prepare for rain whatsoever on this trip, so this is an unpleasant surprise. But we're going to go find somewhere to shelter from that as we chill in between shows. We're going to go get food, I expect, somewhere anyway, so it's not the end of the world unless we get drenched on the way there. This is your stage door area where we were queuing earlier, actually, so main entrance to the theatre is over there, and then on the left as you look at it, on the right as you leave, this is the stage door. Again, we have the barriers, we have the staff, we have many fans waiting to get their playbill signed. Incidentally, I may have figured out why no one was rushing for the Wiz earlier today, because that breezeway there that we walk through so often outside the Marquee Theatre is a hubbub of activity and a yellow carpet, because Oz, it must be press night, or not press night, opening night here in New York is what they call it, because they have the press performances prior to opening, unlike London, but it would seem to be opening night of The Wiz at the Marquee Theatre. How exciting. This is a maple old-fashioned, which Aaron thinks I'm not going to like, so I'm going to film my reaction. We got the same thing, so I'm going to show you his and drink mine. It is not my favourite beverage, but I know. I like it much more than a regular old-fashioned. And it's because of the... Don't you laugh at me.
It was not my favorite drink.
I respect the fact that this bar has signposters of Broadway shows and is also just playing Ferris Bueller's Day Off on a TV screen. That's vibes. That's vibes right there. Look at the food that we got. I got a duck confit situation with tacos and a lot of different elements. Ashley got a steak sandwich. Aaron got loaded fries with extra protein. This is good. Like, bars do food well in the States. I am telling you. You would get nuts and a beer and very little else in the UK, but like, look at this cuisine. I'm doing a fantastic job of vlogging and establishing what's happening because I did not tell you what that bar was before I told you the drinks and the food, but it was a place called Holdfast, which is apparently like a new fun spot. I don't know if it's new or if it's just new to us and our friends.
I think Ashley said it had moved locations recently.
It moved locations. Are we on 46th? Still? I think we're
Don't
on...
tell Mum it's there.
Don't tell Mama is there as context. Schmackeries or Juniors? Because if we're going to Schmackeries, we've gone the wrong way.
What are you feeling?
I think I want Juniors.
I'm happy. Oh, well, it's 2 Juniors. We're walking towards it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go get Juniors and then head up to the Kit Kat Club for Cabaret. I got the blueberry cheesecake, flavor number 1. How many flavors will I do in this trip? Will it be all of them? We're gonna try. Aaron, what did you get? Aaron got the one gluten-free Junior's cheesecake option, which is the
Chocolate mousse cheesecake.
chocolate mousse. Show it to the camera.
It's very rich because it's basically just like loads and loads of chocolate.
Yeah, this is the blueberry one. It's similar to the cherry one and the strawberry one. I was feeling blueberries today. The breezeway for getting from here to the next street over is currently full of the Wiz opening night, but we're hoping we can walk through the parking garage of the Marriott Hotel because the Wiz is at the Marriott Marquee. That's the connection there, and I think we can. Yeah, people are walking through. If you do anything in New York with conviction, then it's fine. Do you know what I think is genuinely quite wholesome? Is on our first trip here, we were doing a lot of like walking around trying to figure out where we were and just like wide-eyed and bewildered and charmed by the city, and now it's a lot of like walking through traffic while eating cheesecake. And I feel like a more authentic New Yorker a little bit. I kind of do. Also, I've never had more strangers compliment me on the street who don't know who we are, simply on the fact that I'm eating Junior's cheesecake, and they're very encouraging of that. Either because they don't know what it is and they're like, that looks amazing, or because they know what it is and they're like, that's so good. But yeah, I enjoy Junior's cheesecake as a bonding moment. Speaking of parking garage breezeways, welcome to the Circle in the Square and the Gershwin Theatre. Wicked and An Enemy of the People, which in many ways are synonymous titles. What is Elphaba if not an enemy of the people? This is basically... they're basically the same show. Also, up to this point, I have been bringing you with me into all of these theatres, but obviously if you don't know, now you know, you can't come with us to the Kit Kat Club. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm leaving children behind to go to Disneyland, but no.
Also, it wouldn't be fair if you could on Broadway, because we haven't been able to for so many years in the West End, so...
Yeah, I was literally about to say what stays in the Kit Kat Club happens in the Kit Kat Club. Strike that, reverse it. I meant the other way. What happens in the Kit Kat Club gets kept in the Kit Kat Club. I will tell you about it afterwards.
Bye.
Is the answer. But you can't... Is this a Taco Bell delivery window?
Yes.
There we are. This whole aisle.
Manhattan.
Could have open 24 hours.
Manhattan, you astound me. What I can do is show you the theatre. If you've seen this before on one of my Broadway vlogs, it's because this is where Funny Girl was, at the August Wilson Theatre. There you go. It is now the August Wilson Kit Kat Club. If you're wondering why they renamed the Playhouse in London and they haven't really renamed this one, I think it has to do with the fact they don't want to confuse American tourists, because so much more of it is tourism driven here. And also, I say American tourists, I mean tourists to America, Dodoy. And also, the Playhouse wasn't a person, and August Wilson is a person, so to take August Wilson's name off of it temporarily might not be appreciated quite so much. But you can see the signage. This theatre has a very particular architectural aesthetic. It's a little bit Mediterranean, with this colour and the columns and these shutters. And then we also have the iconic eye. Interestingly, the design of the eye logo is different here because they're not quite K, so they're a slightly different type of a K. And there are 2 lines above the eye and below the eye in London and just 1 in here. Don't ask me why, I don't know. But it seems to be that the entrance is over on the right hand side over there, so they're still doing, it's not through stage door, but they're still doing, or maybe it is through stage door, I don't know, they're still doing you don't enter the usual way, because that would have been these doors there, basically, that said box office, and now it seems we're going to enter over where the metal detectors are. Needless to say, I will have lots to tell you about this when I can tell you about it afterwards, because I have seen this production of Cabaret in London perhaps 6 times. I saw it on its first ever opening night with Eddie Redmayne and Jessie Buckley. I went back and saw them again from a Cabaret table. I have seen the show from the Upper Circle in the West End. I've seen it again from a Cabaret table. I've seen Fruffy and Amy Lennox. I have seen Mason Alexander Park, who I met yesterday at The Notebook, who was lovely, and Maud Apatow. I have seen Amy Lou Wood and John McCrae. I went back recently to the gala night to go see Luke Treadaway and Cara Delevingne. I've seen this show a lot. I love this show. I've seen it from every seating option in London. I'm really excited. People have told me there are differences and that the show has changed a lot, just like the vibe of the thing and how they've brought it about, and the pre-show are all different. So I'm excited to experience all of those things and then let you know. Stay tuned. For now, I'm going to head into the August Wilson Theatre / the Kit Kat Club to go and see how beautiful life is at Cabaret. Oh my god, hey, everybody. It is a new day. Aaron is rocking the Notebook merch. Cute. I nearly went, if this is love, da 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 da. Oh, I did, it's nice. If this is love, I'm not ready. Show us the hat. Cute, 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 cute. I, meanwhile, I'm just going for like classy, because we're going to Lincoln Centre for the first time to go see Uncle Vanya this evening, which is exciting. I am going to tell you about Cabaret, by the way. I know that I still need to tell you about all of that. But also, I've never worn these trousers with a belt before, and the trousers and the jacket and the belt tell me I don't look like Santa. Like, please tell me. Please comment that I don't, because I feel like I look like a modern day Santa Claus. It's giving the father of Christmas. I feel like I haven't actually been doing a very good job of showing your outfits for the past couple days, and we have been bringing the looks to the streets of New York, so go follow us on Instagram, where you will see the photos of those. What's the plan for today, Aaron James, other than seeing Uncle Vanya at Lincoln Centre, which is very exciting?
I don't know, because it's already the afternoon, so like food and going into Midtown and just playing by ear, I think.
Yes. Yeah, we did some...
You're so zoomed in on your mouth.
We did some work this morning. Just had lots of... I woke up to 1 million emails because time difference, and filmed a review of Cabaret at the Kit Kat Club because the press embargo lifts this weekend, and I'm going to try and coincide with that. And also it was raining, so we didn't need to rush in, and we spent all day in Manhattan yesterday because of the rush line, so we were like, it's a nice balance to have a later start today. But it's now like 2 and I didn't pre-buy a breakfast cookie, so I have not eaten yet and I'm hungry. So we're going to try and get food in Park Slope, Brooklyn, which is where we are right now. And here we are. We have gone for the pizza place. This is Emmy Squared Pizza. We first discovered it at the bottom of the Civilian Hotel in Manhattan, but it's also in Brooklyn. There you go. They do Detroit-style pizza. They do gluten-free bases. It's delicious. And here she is. This is the Big Ange without banana peppers, but it does have ricotta and like double pecorino and Italian sausage and like a vodka tomato sauce, I think. There is steam coming off of it. This is Detroit style pizza. Aaron's got a cheese pull situation going on over there. It is so good, and we are sharing one of these between us because it's not so long till we go for dinner, so we don't want to be too full. I'm kind of sad that we're not getting the Zia fries, but I would be too full. And like, it's very easy with American portion sizes to just go nuts. So good. It's creamy. The sausage is good. But the thing is, we've had multiple different flavors here. Every flavor's good. I've never had a bad pizza at Emmy Squared. It's always so good. Yummy. So half of one of those pizzas. I am satiated, but I'm still like, my stomach will rise again soon. It's like the sand people in Star Wars.
It's like the perfect amount for like a lunch. Like half of one of those is like
It's good lunch, but that's fine, because in 2 hours' time, I have made a booking for Gail's Broadway Rose at Friedman's at the Edison Hotel on 47th? 47th, yeah, 47th Street, Midtown Manhattan. We went there for the first time on our January trip. We went there because...
We'd been to Friedman's before because we had breakfast one time before.
We had. That's very true. We'd been for breakfast, and so we went there because it's a largely gluten-free restaurant, which is great for Aaron, obviously, but then we discovered that they have singing waiters, and specifically musical theatre vibes, singing waiters, lovely vocal options, some people we know. So, yeah, that's become like one of my biggest theatre vibe recommendations.
That was like we would need to go there when we come back.
Yeah, that was an instant like, oh, we're coming back here several more times, and we're about to head into a busy weekend where we won't really have the chance, so doing it tonight, which is exciting, and then we might go again next week, but we're coercing some friends into coming with us as well. I'm going to get the cookie plate, and I might get the chicken burger again, exactly what I had last time. I don't care, it was so good. In the meantime, I will tell you about our evening at Cabaret. I won't really talk about the show like dramatically, because I've done my review, so you can go and watch my review video. But the show on the stage, very similar to the West End production. The prologue and the pre-show is what's different, and is so cool.
So good.
I'd say the biggest difference is just that everything's bigger.
They do more in the theatre, but I feel like we've never gone in that early. So I don't know if they do similar.
So like in the auditorium in the West End, the musicians definitely like are walking around and vibing, like walking around empty rows and like playing the clarinet. Like Andrew Linney's definitely done that before when I've been there. But in terms of like having multiple, I think the prologue cast is just a bit bigger in New York. I think there was a few more of them, but they were like dancing around and walking on the armrests of chairs and like playing cute little games with each other. And there's like a really exciting flash mob element that happens in the gold bar. So they've got this gold bar, which is called the Vault Bar, and then a red bar above that and a green bar up at the top. They all do drinks. You can get cocktails. They do have 4 specialty cocktails with cute names from the show, including like a spot of gin and an American novelist, I think was another one.
Yeah.
Didn't try those. I had a glass of Cava, which was delicious, and Aaron had a Coke. You can order bottled drinks to your seat by like, there's an NFC tag on the armrests in the mezzanine where we were sat.
Which makes so much more sense than like what they did in the West End. I will point out, because with those tags when you do it and then it comes up, but like when they did it at seat service in the West End, they give you the guide to the little map to the theatre and a QR code.
Yeah.
And it is very difficult to do the QR code with the sticker. I think they just expect that you take the sticker.
Oh yeah, because you have the sticker. I was like, where is he going with this? I was like, what's wrong with QR codes? Because you've got the sticker on your camera, so you can't scan a QR code.
I mean, you can. I think they just expect that people just like peel it, take it, and do it. But I always follow the rules.
I know. I wouldn't dream of taking the sticker. Although it's now on my. Can you see it? Hold on. Can you see it? It's peeling, that's not good. I mean, they always peel. But I bought this bag for this trip, so this will forever be like a reminder. The Cabaret bag. This is the Cabaret bag, everybody. Something's happening down in Park Slope. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, the prologue was sensational. The entrance to the theatre is still like you go in stage door round the back.
Yeah, it's cool that they actually did find a way to still do that different entrance.
Yeah, if you want a photo op, obviously, no photos inside the Kit Kat Club, and adhere to that, people. Let's behave ourselves.
But you can get the neon eye.
There's a green eye, which is very Great Gatsby coded, I will say.
Because, like, I think sometimes when you go into the West End one, you know, just those steps down where there's the neon there. Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, it's sad you can't get a photo of that.
Well, some people have. Some people have posted that, and I mean, we're now like 3-4 years into the West End one, or 2-3 years. I guess trying to do up my coat at the same time because it's chilly. There was a little bit of drama. A woman got up out of her cabaret table seat to go and just like touched Eddie Redmayne's trousers at one point when he was leaning out doing Two Ladies, and then went and sat back down. He didn't even really acknowledge her, but a staff member then came round and so smoothly got rid of her because she was asked to leave, correctly so. Got rid of her and her husband, I assume.
Yeah.
Who apparently egged her on. Got rid of them so smoothly, I didn't notice them being ejected. You noticed them being ejected, but you didn't notice it happen.
Yeah.
And, oh my god, a jacket got stuck. The jacket that Cliff takes off and then Sally puts on to sing Cabaret got stuck when Bibi Neuwirth Schneider did the What Would You Do, and the big hydraulic lift goes up and then goes back down. It got stuck. It got stuck in the mechanism. He tried to pull it out, she tried to pull it out, they couldn't pull it out. The ensemble came over for a cross, multiple scenes went past. There was like a little prolonged moment where she was just packing and stage management were probably going, what are we doing, what are we doing? And they held Eddie Redmayne and then they sent him on and they just kept going. They didn't do a show stop. She did Cabaret without it. Multiple ensemble members tried to pull it out. They couldn't. It was so stuck in there, and I'm thinking the end of the show is not going to work because I don't think that revolve is going to revolve. She did the song without the jacket, and then in the darkness, in the blackout that followed that, people were clapping, and then there was just a bit of silence for, I'd say, maximum 10 seconds.
Yes.
And then lights up and it's gone, which means some amazing stage manager managed to extract it. They like raised it up, pulled it out, put it back down. Like, that's a whole team in conjunction in total darkness, which is rock star behavior. So, well done, Cabaret. We're going to get the subway now. Off the subway at 42nd Street, and we see the New Amsterdam Theatre where Disney's Aladdin is currently playing. And what is that I see? It's a big old lamp. It's a big old lamp that is new to celebrate the show's 10th anniversary on Broadway. 10 years of Aladdin. Can you believe it? We saw it back in October, 2 trips ago. The theatre is gorgeous. I was quite charmed by the show. And you too can step into a whole new world with Aladdin on Broadway. I'm killing time in the hope that the lamp does some smoke, because I think it does that periodically. But I do not know how long a person has to stand here and wait for the New York City bus. Damn it, MTA. Do you know what's fun? There's a Madame Tussauds over there, or at the top there's a giant hand, and I'm like, that giant hand is the right size for the giant lamp. Oh, dear. Anyway, maybe one of our 3 wishes will come true, and smoke will come from the lamp. I feel like I've seen people say this happens. Maybe I'm lying. I don't know. It feels very Disney that smoke would come out of the lamp. Maybe it can change colour if we get a new pope. I don't know. Let's go. We're speculating about this lamp situation. Is it on the hour? Is it like when the show is opening? Like what it may be. If we're in the neighbourhood, we will check the smoking lamp situation. However, we have more Aladdin 10th anniversary content coming your way, because I got emailed a press release about a special like pop-up activation they're doing at the Disney store in Times Square. So that is where we're going next. Because we're theatre people, we're Broadway people, we are Disney people. This is at the intersection of all of our interests, and they sent me an email about it, which never happens. So that's exciting. We're going to go find out exactly what that is. Well, we're approaching Times Square. I mean, Times Square's a neighbourhood, so I guess this is all Times Square. All the big billboards, all the taxis, all the traffic. It is a little bit mad, a little bit oppressive. It's quite nice at like 7 a.m. in my experience. Outside of that, she can be a little bit intense. But also it's kind of, in many senses, the center of the world in some ways. Well, we found it here in the Disney store, celebrating 10 years of Broadway magic and Aladdin. We have a whole Aladdin section, spirit jerseys from the show. Aaron, do you mind showing us the back of that spirit jersey? It says Aladdin. Look at that, huge font. Love a spirit jersey. Nice, comfortable, relaxed, but thin layer. We also have Princess Jasmine plush. They're selling Jasmine tiaras. They're selling these cute little bags in a variety of different shapes and sizes there, with all sorts of Aladdin designs on them. Look at that. We have a very tall mug, so you can have a large beverage. That's the tiara inside the box there. And they've got a lamp. I don't know if they're selling the lamp or if that's just a little detail. And then the centerpiece here, it's Jeannie's Friend Like Me costume. I'm hearing an Aladdin advert. Look, beautiful lamp and beautiful design on this costume. Designed by Tony Award-winning costume designer Greg Barnes. You've got Michael James Scott as the genie here, who I believe is still starring as the genie on Broadway. I saw him as the genie on Broadway. But yeah. And now we're hearing Friend Like Me. It's like they knew. But look at that. You can come get a photo with the genie costume at the Disney store in Times Square. Don't rub the lamp, just look at it and think about your wishes. Now, if you do come to the Times Square Disney store in New York, you have to come up this staircase with the Tangled inspired lanterns, because it is just magical. Did I say staircase? I meant escalator. It's been a day, everybody. In fact, they are playing the entire Aladdin on Broadway cast recording in this Disney store. Are they doing that the entire month of April? And if so, how did the staff feel about this? That is my question. So we just came to find our friend Kate, who is live on TikTok in Schubert Alley. And then we're walking around and we're passing the Thursday matinee crowd of Beautiful Noise, who just got out of their show. Not many Thursday matinees on Broadway, but one of the other shows that is going to do a Thursday matinee, and we're going next week to its Thursday matinee, is Illinois at the St. James. Kate's saying exactly the same thing I am. Shout out to anyone who saw that TikTok live and is now seeing this video. But yeah, Illinois. Where's its name in lights? Hold on, let me show you. So there you go, the St. James Theatre, where Spamalot was. On our last trip, they have just recently closed, and Illinois have snagged the last opportunity to open this Broadway season and be Tony Awards eligible. Also worth pointing out that the construction site opposite is the Majestic Theatre. Work has really progressed here since last time we saw it, and this is hilarious. This theatre is a chandelier crash free workplace. It has been 1 year, 1 day since the last incident. Amazing, because a year ago, I guess a year and a day ago, Phantom of the Opera closed on Broadway. Look at that, I love that. Looking back across the street to the St. James Theatre, where Illinois is going to be playing, later this year, this is going to be the home of the Sunset Boulevard transfer. And apropos of nothing, I'm wondering if they're going to use this little balcony walkway to do the iconic Act 2 opening sequence. If you know, you know, and if you don't, I won't spoil it for you, but I don't know. I see that being one possible scenario, or just the street.
The roof.
Kate says the roof.
My theory is he's going to the roof because you can go up there and people take photos up there. So I think he goes to the roof and then comes down and does the whole marquee and then goes in.
That's a lot of stairs while singing.
Yeah, but he did a lot of stairs at the Savoy.
It does. I mean, you cannot imagine the stamina, honestly, after this, like, half marathon, surely. And it is all going on today because this is also one of the month's many opening nights. This month is super crowded for opening nights. There's basically one every day. Yesterday was The Wiz. Today it is the turn of Suffs at the Music Box Theatre, where we saw Pearly Victorious a couple of trips ago. We're having a photo shoot happening up on the balcony. I say we, obviously not us. We're on the street telling you about it. Hillary Clinton and Malala Yousafzai are both producers on this show, so presumably will be guests at the opening this evening at some point. So if we stood here for long enough, maybe we would see them, but it's still, I think, a little bit early. From what I understand of how these work, and we really don't have opening night carpets of this scale in the West End, cast come through first because they need to get changed and then go do the show, and then the guests and VIPs are going to be the last people to arrive later on. But a Broadway carpet can be a fairly long process. So they're going to be at this for a while here at Suffs. I don't know if you can see her, but right over on the left there, one of the show's stars, Broadway star Jen Colella. Of course, the original Beverly Bass from Come From Away. She's in a stunning white suit. And I can just about make her out on the carpet there. And we're going to be seeing this in a few days' time. How exciting is that? We just walked right past the carpet and the dresses look stunning. And it's made me very excited to see the show on Saturday night. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I've heard great things about it. You said great things about it.
I really loved it.
There you go. There you go. Strong recommendation. And now we're going to head up through. We can use the Marquee Breezeway today because the Wiz is no longer opening. They did that already. So we're going to head up to Friedman's at the Edison Hotel for Gale's Broadway Rose. And you can find Friedman's, which is where Gale's Broadway Rose is hosted, at the bottom of the Hotel Edison on 47th Street. We're going to go now, get some food and show tunes. The perfect combination. Notes. That's every note. We're out of notes. How many octaves? As the climax of Part of Your World plays in the background, I'm going to show you my nice grilled chicken ciabatta situation. Burn! Kate's got something over there. Lebowski's eating fish and chips. And Aaron has gluten-free chicken on a waffle. Look at that! Wait for it. Have my cash ready, because when you come to establishments such as this and the performers are this talented, it's important to also tip the performers, because you're paying for the food but you're also getting entertainment. And last time they kept going past me and I missed them, so I'm going to ignore you because I need to see where they are and throw cash at them. So good. I ask you, what other New York restaurant is providing this service? Sing. Modulate for me. Take that fish to table 12. As Susical plays in the background, I have to show you the cookie plate. If you come here and get nothing else, get the cookie plate. Even if you just come here, sit at the bar, get dessert, and have the cookie plate, I'm telling you, evening done.
Of the miserable, lonely, and depressed. Pathetic, all unfortunate souls. This one longing to be thinner than but girl, and do I help her? Yes, indeed.
Oh my god, hey. Hello, Six the Musical. How much fun was that? It was so much fun. Love an evening at Gale's Broadway Rose. I mean, the first time we were just so charmed by it, we were like, we have to go back. Now we have gone back and we can confirm Cara was there, the star that is Cara Rose DiPietro. I mean, all of them phenomenally talented. The vocals, the acting choices, the vocal choices, needless to say, the added riffs, but the tone. Like, we can talk about like riffs and high notes and vocal gymnastics till the cows come home. I don't know where the cows are, but vocal tone, delicious vocal tone is always going to be so much nicer, personally, I think, to listen to, and they were giving you both. And then they were giving you food, which is even better. If you can bring me food and bring me musical theatre vocals, there's really nothing else I need from a person. So
it's like basically nearly all the menu is gluten-free and all the fried foods are gluten-free.
Yeah, you get to have the kind of dishes that just aren't available to you. And for those who've been gluten-free cookies, like succulent, moist, My goodness.
It's also like the fact that I can have fried chicken and waffle, and it's so much. Like sometimes as well, gluten-free portions.
Like a little
Especially
ditty.
in the UK, you don't get much because of like it's more expensive to make, so you'll get less of it. Whereas there, it's like humongous.
We love you, Freedmans, and we have been so well fed. We're gonna walk that off on our way up to Lincoln Center for the Performing Arts. That's where we're headed this evening to go and see Uncle Vanya, a star-studded Broadway revival of Uncle Vanya at the Vivian Beaumont Theatre. Now, this is a Broadway house. We've visited the building, but we've never seen a show there. And I've seen lots of recordings of things from there, so I'm excited. Like, I think the first thing was probably the South Pacific Revival Pro Shot with Kelly O'Hara and Paolo and Andrew Simonsky, who we're maybe seeing this week in Olympia. So yeah, thrilled and delighted. I'm wearing my National Theatre necklace, which has no specific relationship to Lincoln Center, but they have the same vibe in my head. So that's what that's about. And I'm glad that we've had our musical theatre show tune singing fix for the evening, because we're going to go see a Chekhov play that does not have musical theatre songs. Should it? I don't know. And then a short and very pleasant 20-minute walk later, here we are at Lincoln Center. There you go. This is just out of the top left corner of the Midtown Manhattan Theatre District. There are multiple different venues here. We have, if you can see Kelly O'Hara's face. When I tell you tonight's cast is star-studded, Steve Carrell, Alfred Molina, William Jackson Harper, Anika Noni Rose, Alison Pill, I believe. Like, exciting, very exciting cast. I don't know what they have. They do merchandise at the Viv Beaumont, as I'm going to affectionately Viv Beaumont, as I will affectionately refer to it. I think they have something. We're pretty early. This is an 8 p.m. All our friends are at 7 p.m. shows, and we're seeing a Chekhov play that's not a musical. It's an 8 p.m. Go figure that one. Make that make sense. But
I always love the neon signs.
It's very cute.
It's like a cool.
I do, from a distance, because the middle one's a circle. I'll show you in a second. Because the middle one's a circle and it's the exact shade of neon red and blue, it does kind of give me Pizza Express.
I mean, they're not normally red and blue. I think that's just for this one.
I know, but on this exact occasion, I'm like, ah yes, Pizza Express. I'm going to show you what I mean. So this is it. This is Lincoln Center Theatre, with multiple different theatrical spaces actually, but is it not a little bit giving Pizza Express? I'm just saying, at least the circle and the blue bit. But very lovely, and all of this area around here, gorgeous, very wide and open. We are next to the Juilliard School, that is just over there. Of course, what we're actually here to see is Uncle Vanya, as shown there in a lovely red neon, and you can also see the poster artwork for it along the side there, with leaves. Leaves seem to be the aesthetic. More comments on how leaves tie in later. Just peering into this lobby space here. I'm not sure if this sign is necessarily dyslexia friendly, but I think it's cute. The box office, how it lights up the word box and then office and then it points. Well, we know where the box office is, and the merchandise you can find just inside there before, or I think after you show your tickets and go through the security process. So let's go have a look at some merchandise, shall we? So this is the aforementioned merchandise desk that you'll find just inside. We have one of those cute name t-shirts here with the names of the characters from the play, as well as a couple of t-shirt designs in grey and white. We have an Uncle Vanya hat. I think that's very cute, little baseball cap there. We have a copy of the script, as well as a tall latte mug. Aaron tells me is what that is. We have the poster with the leaves, but also lots of leafy content, because this is the hoodie, which does have the show logo on, but then also has the leaf design down the sleeve. I love these Broadway merchandise items to have stuff on the sleeves and have more than just the logo in one place. I think that's very cute. And I am thrilled to report that on Broadway, even a play has featured show cocktails. We have the Breakfast in the Garden, Aviation Gin, Elderflower Liqueur, Lime, Cucumber and Tarragon, the Doctor's Orders, Raka Vodka, Apple, Lemon, Red Currant Thyme Syrup and Ginger Beer. That sounds fascinating. A Bright New Life, El Jimador Tequila, Lime, Agave, Blackberry, Beet and Peppercorn. There are interesting things in all of these. It's very Chekhovian Jacobian, actually, very Jacobian. And featured show mocktail as well, which is a great idea always. The tea has gone cold. Also, again, leaves every which way we look this evening, which has ice black tea, lemon, orange, ginger, spiced brown, sugar syrup, as well as the rest of the bar menu there, and some snacks. Just noticed these, which are little boxes of shortbread biscuits shaped like leaves. All natural ingredients include unbleached flour, butter, Mount Mansfield organic maple sugar and syrup, vanilla and sea salt. And they're from Habee's Kitchen, New York. And we bring you mocktail thoughts. Come join me, Aeron James. Now, reviews of the production are embargoed until soon, but the mocktails we can talk about right now. And when I said ginger, oh, I meant it.
It's literally a gingerbread man in liquid form.
It's like a ginger biscuit. Have you ever? Did you eat a lot of ginger biscuits when you were younger?
I avoided them. They were my least favourite biscuit.
My dad loves a ginger biscuit.
No, they were always the one I left.
You can taste like the brown sugar and the ginger.
It's like literally a liquid gingerbread one.
I think it's going to be good for our throat. We're both coughing a little bit. I had a moment when a cough like suddenly comes to you and you like suddenly need to cough and you try and stifle it and it makes it so much worse.
It's just I'm just feeling quite dry. Yeah, it's quite dry.
Yeah, it's quite dry, and we ate a lot of biscuits. We had biscuity dessert. And this is also biscuity, but like liquid biscuity, so hopefully will help. It's nice, it's very different to the kind of
It's very different,
cocktail we usually have.
It's not very, I'm hoping it still quenches, and I don't know if it will.
I think so. Play is finished. We're going to try and show you, thank you so much, we're going to try and show you the way to the subway via this exit by figuring it out for ourselves. Also, posters. South Pacific. King and I. My Fair Lady. All three of them. Oh, is this the stage door? Oh, we found the stage door. There you go, I've inadvertently given you another tip. While I'm dispensing advice, as it turns out, no beverages. Did we go the wrong... that way? We're back outside again. We had a friend who was also at the same performance, who was just waiting by stage door, who told us to go that way, and then that way we are heading back down because we're going to a post-show event, performance, cabaret thing. Hopefully, if we make it there in time, we shall see. But yes, no beverages in the auditorium whatsoever. And the intermissions are shorter here, because 15 minutes rather than 20, which is what we're used to in the West End. 25 if you're in Hamburg, as I recently learned. So if you're getting a drink in the intermission, I would say like do the intermission order, just so you have it ready right at the start. But don't cross the road without getting hit by a car. Don't order towards the end of intermission or you're going to have to down it. And like, I respect them having a rule about that. Could it be better signposted? Yes. Should they tell you when you're ordering from the bar in the intermission? Probably. Also, yes. Did I ask? No, I took for granted that's on me. I also didn't show you the stage or the bows or anything because they did have big signage about like no recording devices in the auditorium, which I haven't seen put quite so sternly elsewhere. So I was like, let's simply not, because we like to try and respect whatever the policy is at the theatre that we go to. More thoughts about that to follow somewhere on my social media, either in a YouTube or Instagram based video review. I'm going to put you away now so we can try and figure out where the subway is. It's there. It's there.
I know you wanna take me home, call me close. Pa-dum, pa-dum, when your heart goes. Pa-dum, 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 pa-dum. Let the sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall and face it all together as the sky falls.
Oh my god, hey.
Hi.
Oh my god, hey.
Hi.
So
I started.
so that was The Monocle, which is the name of the evening, right? No, I'm
Yeah,
falling.
it's the name of the weekly meeting.
The weekly meeting.
The weekly post-show
Yeah.
cabaret.
Yeah, so the cabaret that we went to after Uncle Vanya at Lincoln Center was called The Monocle at Freaky Tiki.
Yeah.
And it's this weekly residency that Natalie Joy Johnson has been doing while she is appearing in Broadway's Lempicka.
Yeah, she literally runs there straight after the show.
Yeah, I think it's moved to 10:30 now. On Thursdays. This was the fourth one. Our friends have been going for the last few weeks. I've been seeing it on socials. It looked amazing. She's fantastic. And it's the perfect, like, post-show kind of a vibe where it's just, like, a little bit loose and chill, but, like, talented. And she
it's
has...
still very, like, Broadway.
Still very Broadway, still musical theatre, like storytelling, like giving you theatre vocals with guests, often from the Broadway sphere. I guess, if you're wondering where you may know Natalie Joy Johnson from, she's done Kinky Boots on Broadway, she's in Lempicka right now, but she is also, and this is the headline news, Broadway's original Enid Hoops, Back the Hell Out of Her Way. That one. As in, back the hell out of her way, which I did want to request. Not the entire song, not like Legally Blonde remix, but just specifically, back the hell out of her way. That's all I needed. But yeah, it was nice to sandwich a straight play between musical theatre at Friedman's with Gale's Broadway Rose, and then The Monocle at Freaky Tiki.
Yeah.
And there, I think, ends the first part of our Broadway vlog. First few days. It's been a good few days. What's been your highlight so far, activity and show-wise?
Oh.
Yeah. Show for me is The Notebook, I think.
Yeah. I think the show for me is still The Notebook.
Yeah.
Although, also, loved the pre-show at Cabaret. Just that new pre-show segment, I think.
Prologue at Cabaret, so good.
Doesn't exist in the West End version.
Not as fully.
And loved Broadway Rose.
Yeah.
Girls Broadway Rose is just so fun.
What's the best thing you've eaten in the last few days? What's been the taste sensation? Black and white cookies?
Yeah. Like, love the food at Friedman's, the cookie plate and the fried chicken, oh yes. But like, the black and white cookies cannot be beaten.
On a heavier note, obviously I'm here to review and form critical opinions, and we're seeing a big swathe of shows, and not all of them are going to be great. I think right now I am 50-50 on positive and disappointing theatre experiences on Broadway. Stay tuned for all of the reviews to find out more about what I mean by that, which shows I enjoyed, which shows I was disappointed by. But in the meantime, stay tuned for the next installment of this vlog, because today is a crazy day and I'm getting to tick off a very exciting career milestone, and I'm a little bit terrified, but you're going to have to wait till next time to find out what that is. In the meantime, make sure you're subscribed, follow us both on socials, because we're both posting lots of content from this trip. Mickey Jo Theatre, Aeron James UK, and I hope that everyone is staying safe and that you have a stagey day. Bye bye. Bye.
For 10 more seconds, I'm Mickey Jo Theatre. Oh my god, hey. Thanks for watching, have a stagey day. Subscribe!